we're running short on time, and I almost told them to just cut me entirely because fourth years, you guys, I want to give you all time to speak and everything. But anyway, so a really long time ago, I was a tipster, and then I performed for this, like, read a poem for the second time in front of people ever, right here in this theater, like in this spot. So this is a really big moment for me. And I'm going to talk about tit now. So here's a poem called Round These Parts.
I love you. G.T. McDonald.
Some might say I've spent too much time round these parts. See, it all started when I arrived on a campus I'd never stepped foot on before. I watched a tree grow, and suddenly everyone became related to everyone else, like there was some kind of web connecting them, like all of their shoelaces tied themselves together till they were tripping over each other's love, a whole tapestry woven together out of shoelaces, the ones everyone mentions when writing poems about this place, but they're everywhere around these parts this time of year, so what else is there to write about? Then I spit a poem. For the first time was told I had a gift, and for the first time in however many years since I left my mother's womb, I felt like I had a reason to be on this earth. Ain't that reason enough to come back round these parts? You see, the trick is not just how to live for a space when you're there, but how to keep holding on to it when you're gone. And these parts be where I learned the passion everyone keep telling me I got. When I came back again, everything was the same. The shoelace, a different color, the brick squad yelling, and a Viking lord of biscuits ahead of us. He said, you could do my job now. Just give it a couple of years, you'll be back. So here I am. Shoelace blue like a sky, or an ocean, all of these things I've spent so much time staring at over the years. Why you think it's my favorite color? I've been watching it so long now, I don't know how not to. I don't know how to take this thing off now. When you spend as much time around these parts as I have, you never leave. I spent the past year walking up and down hills. I know it well. I know these paths. I knew them when they were traced with nothing but love and compassion. So I live it from my heart out, from the neck down, from my ankles up. I exude it as much as I can, not on purpose, but because that's the person I am these days. That's what the shoelaces taught me, how to be bright, be vibrant, be me. So I walked the streets, even when they were not filled with love, even when the dark days, the dark nights came back around, and I wondered what business I had being here, but then I lost her. Every one of us did. And I knew if she could, she'd be back here. When I made that realization, I learned that round these parts the rest of the year, there ain't no place to get peace and quiet to cry the soul out until it does not hurt anymore. But my car worked just fine, and I realized this is the only place I could be for however many weeks it all adds up to, because I owed it that much. Because how much of me would I be today had this body not worn a shoelace? So the least I could do was come back, do my best to teach the lessons I had to learn on my own, like the power of the voice, the worth of the body, whatever patch of soil it stands on, because the quiet used to be the seed lodged in my throat that grew thick, dense bushes that no light nor sound broke through. I was once a grass garden, able to be seen, but never worth being looked at. So I reached through the soil till I found a cave, found some flowers grow best in darkness, and the acoustics in here are amazing. So this voice bloomed till a cave could not contain it. These days, above ground, they call it an earthquake. Dear tipsters, when I came back round these parts again, I hope to teach you the power of the pen, not for the 3 weeks you spent around here, but so you could take it out there for the dark days and the dark nights where you feel alone, when you feel voiceless, and I hope you remember the web. All these shoelaces reaching over shoulders, rooted deep in the soil. Remember how to save tonight, how to fight a dawn, how to say good riddance, how to hug someone goodbye and never let go, even when you are miles apart. And maybe I've spent too much time around these parts. But if you come through at the right season and you know where to look, you can see entire gardens blossoming at once to the sound of music, green like a seed, growing from a grass garden, blue like the oceans, vast, beautiful, loving, and ceaseless, orange, like a sunrise, fighting its way over the horizon just to be pushed back, because we are not finished yet. Once you see the circles like these, it is a sight you never forget. So maybe I've spent too much time around these parts, but it's only because once I arrived at a patch of soil I'd never set foot on before, and I have not left home since.